Hey, what's up guys? We're the DIY Dudes. I'm Drew.
And I'm Eric.
And today we're gonna show you guys how to caulk like pros.
Yeah, so in this video, we're gonna show you how to use latex caulking on both trim and baseboards, and also silicone caulking on a tile backsplash. So let's do this.
So essentially there are two different types of caulking guns, dripless and non-dripless. The one I have here is non-dripless. And basically what that means is that this caulking gun is gonna apply continuous pressure to the tube until you release this pressure switch here. Alternatively, a dripless caulking gun will ease off the pressure as soon as you let go of the trigger here. So the main difference between the two is that if you don't release the pressure switch in the back and you set this one down and walk away, you're gonna have to come back and clean up a mess.
For the projects that we're doing in this video, we're gonna be using two different types of caulking products. The first product that we're gonna use is a latex-based caulking. You can see it here. And the reason for that is it's paintable. So that makes it ideal for the baseboards and the trim. And then when we jump over to the other part of the project that involves sealing the gap between a tile backsplash and a granite countertop, we're gonna use a silicone-based product instead. And that one is 100% waterproof. It's not gonna shrink or crack. And most importantly, it's resistant to mold and mildew. And this particular one that we've chosen here matches the color of the grout that we used on the backsplash.
And now that we've showed you guys the right materials to use, let's get started on the baseboard and trim. Open the caulking tube by using a sharp knife and cutting the tip at a 45-degree angle. Cut the tube so the opening is about 1/8 of an inch. If required, use a thin, sharp object to pierce the seal on the caulking tube. Our gun has one built in, so we are just going to use that. A good tip is to draw an orientation line on the tube. You will use this to make sure you have the tube correctly positioned while you apply the caulking. Start applying the caulking at one end using a slow, even pressure and work towards the opposite end in a continuous line. Wherever possible, start in an inside corner and work your way out. If you come across a larger gap, just slow down and apply a heavier bead of caulking in that area. Try not to overdo it, but if you do, don't worry about it. You can clean that up easily. Using a wet finger, evenly smooth out the caulking. Do your best to get a smooth finish. If you can start in an inside corner and work your way out, this will avoid a buildup of material in the corners. Once you have smoothed out the caulking, you will probably need to do a little cleanup. For this, we use a wet rag or sponge and gently wipe down the excess material. Do one more pass with your finger to get a smooth finish.
Now for the backsplash, we're gonna start by taping a straight line right across the tile and countertop. After we apply the caulking and peel off the tape, we should be left with a perfectly straight edge. And this is really important because the caulking is gonna be left unfinished, unlike when we did the trim and the caulking was gonna be painted along with the trim and the wall. Same procedure as before, opening the caulking, but this time with the new silicone material. Start applying the silicone, working from end to end, and wherever possible, start in a corner and work your way out just like before. For this joint, we wanted to have a 1/4 inch thick bead, but this is based on your preference and the type of project that you're doing. Make sure to follow the manufacturer's recommendations for the maximum thickness of the bead. Smooth out the caulking with a wet finger, clean up the excess, and start pulling off the tape. Try your best to pull the tape straight up and not at an angle. Let the silicone cure for at least 24 hours, and then go ahead and enjoy your space. So hopefully that showed you guys that caulking doesn't have to be all that difficult. It doesn't matter if it's trim and baseboards or your kitchen, your bathroom, it's pretty basic stuff. So hopefully you learned a lot from this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming content. And we'll see ya.